Hi guys, Louie here. Well, I guess Trump is in a bad mood these days because he has just threatened China with what Citigroup is saying is the most extreme U.S. threat yet. I'm going to show you some silver that I bought from the community while I read you this article, so let's get going. Citigroup Inc. has termed it the most extreme potential American move against China in the escalating rivalry between the world's two largest economies, restricting access to U.S. finance. Traders in China's markets will have to decide how to place that risk on Monday, just before the start of a week-long holiday after Bloomberg reported the Trump administration is discussing ways to limit the use of American money going forward to Chinese entities. The MSCI China Index fell 1.6% on Friday. U.S. investment in China's domestic markets are limited. Residents had $203 billion of long-term mainland Chinese financial assets as of June, little more than double that held in South Africa, according to the U.S. Treasury. Far bigger is the $1.2 trillion market capitalization of Chinese companies on three key U.S. exchanges as of February, according to the report by the U.S.-China Economic and Security Review Commission. It obviously adds yet another layer of uncertainty and does not bode well for the positive outcome for coming trade negotiations, said Amir Anzarzadeh, a market strategist at Asymmetric Advisors, PTE, in Singapore. It will force Chinese firms to relist in Hong Kong and China. While China has sought to increase the attractiveness of its stock from American stock exchanges that violate accounting and oversight rules, if passed, could have profound impact for the more than 200 Chinese companies trading on U.S. exchanges. Citigroup economist Cesar Rojas wrote in a report last month titled "The Most Extreme U.S. Potential Retaliation: Blocking China's Access to U.S. Financial Markets." Any wholesale shift of Chinese initial public offerings to Hong Kong and China would hurt new economy enterprises because the U.S. capital market is much deeper, Bank of America said. Another risk, the two countries engaged in a currency war as China promotes global use of the yuan, aiming to erode the strategic advantage America has with the dollar's role in the global financial system. Cui and his team wrote, "For now, strategists at Goldman Sachs Group are keeping their near-term target for the yuan to drop to 7.2 per dollar. That's in light of renewed uncertainty around political flows, along with the expectation that the U.S. proceeds with the next round of tariff hikes as scheduled on October 15th. That is the article. I think we definitely are adding a new level of risk to the markets. We certainly, don't want to see the trade wars escalate, but this is undoubtedly going to be an escalation of the trade wars. This is going right for the jugular, and it appears to me that Trump is losing the battle and bringing out the big artillery as a result. And perhaps this battle can't be won, but what started as peaceful negotiations is now looking like an all-out, all-in war with China. He does seem to want to bring them to their knees so that we can negotiate a good trade deal. And I don't know if this will do it or wreak more havoc. Seems like it is a really extreme threat, and definitely could impede the Chinese economy much, much further. The markets in China are not traded as freely as they are in the United States, with the governments restricting many aspects of the market, not the least of which, once you buy, you may not always be able to sell. And of course, they are engaging in their own form of quantitative easing and trying to stimulate their economy. But as we rebuild, the Iron Curtain between us and China, it doesn't bode well for them, and I don't think it bodes well for the world. It could depress the world economy even further, which definitely will have an impact on currencies around the world. And I don't know what that will do to silver. when trade stops, recession could occur, and that could drive down silver, at least temporarily. But I do believe that the printing will continue, and ultimately it will debase the dollar further, which should be good for the metals. So I thought that article was interesting. I do appreciate you coming by to listen to this, and let me know your thoughts. Is this another flash in the pan, or are we headed to much bigger problems between us and China? Thanks, everybody. Louie out.